Comedy Jonah. Hello.
Hey,
How are you doing, Comedy Jonah?
I'm good. It's good to be back.
It is so good to be back. It is good to be here. It is good to be with you. It is good to be with everybody watching live. I love it.
No, it is so good to be live after the episodes like we're going to do all this season. It's going to be so much fun.
It is. I cannot wait. Now, John, it is our first live real episode back. And, for people that don't know, here's the deal. I just have to be honest. I produce, I try and do all of it. There's 1,000 people telling me there's no sound in YouTube. Well, everyone, I'm hosting. Go somewhere else.
Right? Oh,
And
my.
welcome. No, not on YouTube. I mean on you now. Go to YouTube, go to Twitch. It is broadcasting
Right.
in other places. You guys got this. I'll try and get it back up there. Well, Comedy Jonah tells you guys what he's been up to since we saw you last, John, was BB Can finale. What have you been up to?
What haven't I been up to? I have been on kind of a vacation, kind of camping trip. Today was gay days at a water park here in Seattle. I did that this afternoon. I'm actually still in my bathing suit
You're
right
still
now,
Wait, you're still in your bathing suit
racing
from your water
home
park? Okay.
from the water park. Yeah. Um, yeah, it was a big drag show, water park, roller coasters, all that stuff. They wanted to do it this weekend because all of Pride was in June, and
I
that way
love
everybody
it.
could still attend all that stuff and then also attend this. So it was really fun. Yes, wet,
All right. So
drinks, cocktails, everything.
what I am hearing is nothing's been happening with John since we saw him last at the end of Big Brother Canada.
Not a
Cool.
damn thing.
Cool. So, same here. Still taking care of my mom, which is always fun. I heard the feedback. On Big Brother Canada. I watched the episodes with my mom live. We talked about it. It was way more loosey goosey. People not a fan. So I said, okay, John and I'll go back to doing real produced episodes after the show. Here we are.
And here we are. And I like this too because we get to talk about the episodes, have a
Right.
little fun. This cast, when I saw episode one, very interesting. I thought they
Mm-hmm.
did a really good job. There's a lot of like a little bit older people.
Mm-hmm. Pe-
LGBTQ plus is represented good still. So yeah, I like him.
people people came for me when I was like, it's such an older cast. They're like, there's so many of them in their 20s. What are you talking about? And I'm like, they're over 25. And that's
Right.
not 20s to me. You don't know anything about the world when you're under 25. You're still like
Right.
in college zone, unless you're like
Oh,
the
totally.
Utah kid. We got to talk about these people. Here's what I think, John. John, here's what I think. It's our first show.
Yes.
It's our first produced show in forever. We're getting our bearings back. Welcome to the crazy, everyone. So let me let you know a few things. Number one, make sure that you follow, like, and subscribe wherever you're watching this show. It is a great way to help support them. Of course, so is sharing the show. Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. We're on all of those places. TikTok. I really want to go back to the heyday of, our shows and mashups and all that fun stuff. So I'm hoping that we're going to be doing a lot of stuff on all your favorite socials. Make sure that you're following us there. And of course, you can tweet us at any time using hashtag YRRLive. If you're watching the show, if you're doing any of those fun things, just, interact with us. You never know what you do could make the show. Now, John.
Yes.
I want to keep it loosey-goosey on this, our first show. I think people
Yeah.
want to know. I mean, really, nothing has really happened that much other than, noms and POV in real time. I think people more
Right.
want to know what we think of this cast, what we think of these people. And
Well,
that's what I want to talk to you about.
I'm like I was saying, I think these people, I think they did a really good job with this cast. There's so many different types of people. I'm excited to see how they were meshing. Like I'm loving Monty's impressions. I don't know if they're
What?
exactly like they're supposed to be, but A for effort. I love it. I love Terrence and his DJing after hours.
I mean,
47.
there is
Yeah.
no way that you seriously love a Monty. I mean, I feel like Monty's entire impression skit is that his impressions suck, right?
Well, that's the whole thing. It's kind of the A for effort type of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
I've been a contender, Eric. I could have been a contender.
he could have
Yeah.
been a contender
Well,
on what? The Derby? I
it's
don't.
Rocky, right?
That's
No?
Rocky impression. I don't know his impressions. They're horrible. That's my point. What impressions are you doing? That's great. Can you give us an impression?
I just did.
I could have been a contender, Eric. I could have been a
Oh,
contender.
you're saying
Yeah.
that's your.
That was an
You're
impression.
saying
What do you
that's
think I was?
your.
What do you think? I have
Oh,
indigestion? That was my impression. No, it's not working. Okay.
I feel
Everyone,
like I can.
yeah.
I feel like I can still do Frenchie. I can't. I can't hear Frenchie. I can't do him right
I
now.
know.
You know who I
I
do
miss a
love?
Frenchie. I miss a Frenchie.
I know. Oh, and other thing that everyone wants back is house guests doing the shows with us. So I got it. We're on
Hmm.
it.
Yeah.
Um, I like Jasmine.
Okay.
Jasmine being a real fan of saying hail. I love anybody that comes from the South and makes the L's like the ale. So she'll be like,
Yeah.
I'm mad as hell.
As hail. All right. So Jackie knows, and Debbie Dawn in the YouTube chat said that's not Rocky. It's Marlon Brando and On the Waterfront. So thank you. Thank you guys for
Okay, yes,
correcting me.
Marlon.
Yeah.
Yes, I see.
Not only
Annie
was
is
it
saying,
a bad impression, I couldn't even get the actor or the film right.
yeah.
But yes, I like a hail.
Well,
Hail no
Hell no. We will leave the impressions to Amonte then.
to Monty.
We
Okay.
will leave the impressions to this guy over here, our good pal Monty. I was dying. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Like there's no order on this show. I promise everyone. On the next show, we're back on track for real. For this show, I just basically John and I don't talk about Big Brother until we're on this show, and now I just have to like verbally diarrhea
Right.
all of the things that I've been waiting to say to him. Like I need to know what you think of Indy. Okay. Let me put it
Indy.
to
Okay.
Okay, should I put it to
I
Go ahead.
yes.
Go ahead.
I don't have too much. I mean, I kind of like the accent, but I don't really have a really as strong opinion here or there yet of her or a feeling.
Okay. What is wrong with you right now? This is like word association. I need to know the first thing that comes into your brain when you see Indy. You are the worst at this.
Adorbs.
It's goddamn Dorit. What is wrong
Oh
with
my
you?
gosh, it
She's
is Dorit.
literally Dorit. She sounds like Dorit. She looks like Dorit. She might as well be Dorit from The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I'm not convinced that Dorit has not been too upset about that burglary and thought, if I go into the Big Brother house, I'll be watched 24/7 and I'll be safe for the burglary
she
that I
could
set up with Kyle.
recoup some of those purses, right? If she wins the 750. I think Dorit snuck in under
Yeah.
Indy. I think that's her drag
That
name.
that is what I am saying. That's all I could think about
That's
the
hilarious.
entire time. That's all I could think about the entire time. What did you think of Brittany? Brittany is the hypnotherapist.
I like Brittany. I love the fact that she's a toy. I'm a toy. I work with kids and toys and marketing. I really think that was smart of her not to say she's a hypnotherapist. And I think that
Uh-oh. I think she's hypnotherapizing John right at. She's hypnotherapizing John right at. John, she hypnotherapized you and your internet. And you're back. What do you think? What do you think of a Brittany?
I like Brittany. I
Mm-hmm.
think her being, could you hear me before? I think her being
No.
like saying she's a toy maker and with kids and in the marketing and I test toys on children. I think that was smart, and not to say she was a hypnotherapist. I want her to hypnotize people, not to vote for her.
Yeah, I thought hypnotherapist was kind of I don't believe in it. So there's that. Wasn't Steve the police officer who went first a few years ago a hypnotherapist, I thought, or was like good with hypnosis? I don't remember. Maybe not. Yeah, I whatever. She seems
Mhm.
she's filling the quirky fun role this
Yes,
season.
yes, and
She's
I like her. I like her energy. I think she's quirky and fun.
I think that she was I see Courtney in chat says Brittany's lucky she got backstage, she would have been a nom. I do agree with that. I think if she would not have
Uh huh.
gotten the backstage safety, she would 100% have ended up being a nom for sure. What do you think about good old Pooch?
Pooch surprised me. I was ready to not like Pooch at all, and I really liked him. I liked the video in the beginning of last, Wednesday's episode. Seems like a really kind of more down to earth guy, and he's adorable. Look at those eyes.
Like
He's a cutie.
when you hear him talk, do you also hear like do 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 bum bum bum? I mean, he's Eddie Munster.
No, I just hear that Staten Island accent.
He doesn't have a Staten Island accent. He's so not Staten Island to me at all. Like when we think Staten Island, I'm thinking of Gina Marie. I am like there are so many other
Very
things that
much.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking
I, well, I
when I'm
think with the
thinking that.
West Coast, I think we just hear it. Doesn't even matter. It might not be strong to you, but it's very strong to us.
Okay, so but you're liking him is the point. I mean, he couldn't.
I
It's
so
like
far so good. I mean, he hasn't done a whole lot. He didn't participate in any of the HOH comp, building the drum. Um, he seems like he's kind of fitting in a little bit. I don't know. That's all I got with Pooch right now.
all I got with Pooch was how he couldn't even find the big giant golden chair.
It's not like there was a sign that said "sit in the chair." I was like, come on, let's give. There's no direction. There's a whole bunch of chairs and patio furniture up there. I would have been lost too. But you know what? Because I'm gay, I would have sat on the gold chair. I would have been my first. I would have hightailed it right to the
He
chair.
is a football coach, and
Hmm.
he couldn't find the giant gold chair he was supposed to sit in.
But did she say it in the beginning? Go sit upstairs in the giant gold chair.
She said, "Go take your place upstairs, and there's only one big giant chair, and you know you're the only
What?
one that won the comp."
But there's a bunch of patio furniture everywhere. You're like, I don't know what to do. They just
He's
got in the
yeah.
house. Pooch needs a pass. PMP. Pooch needs a pass.
Well, you can't speak about Pooch without speaking of Turner. And thank God I don't want to have to deal with any of these Turner and Pooch puns all season. Of course I'm talking about Matthew. Matthew Turner. Turner and Pooch. Do you get it? Oh, I think he's frozen. I think John. Here's the thing. I think he comes home from the pool, okay? I think he splashes his water all over his room. I think it horribly freezes his internet. And then he doesn't know what to do. Either that, or everyone where he lives is like, is Comedy Jonah doing a show? Well, then we're all going to use the internet. But I love a Turner. I love a Turner and a Pooch. I hope that we hear a little bit of a Turner and a Hooch this season because I kind of think that it would be funny. I see ZZ says Turner is sabotaging his internet. They sure are. He sure is sabotaging his internet. What else? What else would be new around here? Um okay. Well, we're waiting for comedy Jonah to come back. His sister is. I will tell you all that that is the hot fresh tea of the moment, is that apparently Turner's sister claims that Turner is not, that good of a person. A lot of people are saying it's probably not true. Um, I think we kind of have to wait and see. It seems like maybe the sister is a little clout chasey. I don't know. Here's the thing. I feel like we can all go dig up all the stuff on these house guests from years and years ago. I think I just want to see how it plays out in the house. And then we give them a chance in the real world. I'm trying. Look, I think we need to give, I think we need to watch how they play the game, and we need to understand that it's a game, and then we need to see how they act in the real world. Okay, I think Comedy ready. Let's see if Comedy Jonah is back, ready to join us. Well, wait. We're now bringing Comedy Jonah onto the line. Let's see. And, oh, you're back! Welcome. Hello. Our first show is going great. Is there any way you could fix your internet, Comedy Jonah?
I ripped out the cord from the wall and hardwired my laptop. So hopefully...
Oh! I just think, you know what you missed? You missed producer Eric calling you up and yelling at you about all the things you had to have done before a show. I'll do that again for the next one. Yay for being hardwired. Thank you, Comedy Jonah. We were talking about I'm not gonna tell any more jokes. Every time I tell a joke, you just freeze and leave me hanging.
Right. I think if ever I stumble, I'm just gonna freeze from now on.
You should. That's a good thing to do. Just stumble. So I was saying we had Pooch, and then we had Matthew Turner,
yes.
which would be Turner and Pooch.
Turner and
I mean,
Pooch.
you're the only 50-plus person I know who would find that joke funny.
But I didn't watch it.
Tough crowd today, everyone. Tough crowd.
But I love Turner. I think he's adorable, and all that rug making. Like, I didn't realize, because I used to do latch hook too, since you've, blasted my age all over the internet. But I had the hand one that took forever, like the one in the 80s.
Yeah, they have guns now.
They have guns, and I was so shocked to see the gun on his video, and he was just like making like a guitar or whatever that was. And just absolutely thought it was amazing. And he just has a sweet little soul. I love his parents. I love balancing the chakras. I think he's going to be a good calming force in the house. But apparently, looking at the YouTube chat, apparently I guess there's drama on Twitter with his sister.
Well, that's what I was saying while you were gone, was that, yes, the sister has come out and has claimed that he is a horrible person, that he likes to use the N-word a lot. No. Well, but see, then here's the thing. But then Twitter, I believe, and I'm sure people will correct me if I'm wrong, they were only able to find that of the sister. Like, they were only able to find the sister doing that in old tweets, and not really his tweets.
Old tweets of the
old
sister?
Tweets.
Of
Yes.
the sister. Okay.
Right, of the sister.
Oh, who cares? I mean, if she's tweeting now saying this, then I have a problem. But if it's old stuff, I mean, families have issues and they resolve them and they move on.
Well, clearly she hasn't moved on, I think, is the point.
Because they're recent ones now.
The recent ones is what she's doing. Like, when the cast was announced, she has been dragging her brother, making all of these claims. I mean, look, I always find this to be like a thin line that I have to ride, where then everybody's like, oh, Eric, you're just blah, 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 devil's. I'm just like, I've been on the Big Brother side of it. I've seen behind the Big Brother curtain, And I mean, I just want everyone to get a chance. Just let them have a chance in the real world. Let them
Yeah,
explain themselves before you crucify them to a cross.
exactly. Exactly. Who knows what kind of issues the sister has, right?
Right, right. And I don't care about the sister. I care about him, and
Yeah.
so far, he hasn't exhibited any bad behavior that I've
Yep.
seen on the show. So there we go. When he
I
gets out of
agree.
the house and he's all bad behavior,
Hmm.
then, we'll go for it. But as long as we're talking about people with bad behavior that Twitter is canceling, let's go ahead and move on over to Kyle.
What? Really?
Well, well, again, I mean, now
The
look, I
twerker?
have
The twerker?
the twerker who people correctly guessed would be most my type. I mean, he is most my type. Um, but yeah, apparently he loves guns and Trump. Which I gotta say, though, like, here's the thing, though. Again, I don't know where people are basing that on the fact that he's liked tweets in the past, I believe. Um, If I had a quarter for every time
What
I
was the
fat
amount again?
fingered or bumped my phone and liked something incorrectly is number one. I don't know. Am I wrong that I'm not sure I believe this based on him on this episode? I mean, look, he was annoying as shit in that competition.
Utah.
He clearly is a 30-year-old of TikTok. He's gonna ham everything up. Is the liquid gonna fall down? I can't with the liquid. I mean, he was overacting in a way that I have not seen people overact in forever. And I was just like, please, for the love of God, stop with your overacting. But
But wasn't he one of the first ones to get it, if I remember? Like that
get
would be
what?
shocking. Like I'm on TV, I'm wearing a nice outfit. Now I'm in a porty potty getting shot with all the blue juice. I would be horrified too.
Yeah, I mean, he's horrifying. But
No,
see,
I
but
mean
then
I would be horrified of what Big Brother did to me. I don't think he's horrifying. I thought he was adorable. I keep getting him and Michael confused. I keep calling him Michael, Michael
uh
Kyle. Like
I
which one's
have
which?
well, here's the thing. Um Watching tonight's episode, he was very much like I was brought up in the Mormon religion, which, no offense, statistically is a religion which wants to separate people from their families if you do not follow their doctrine. They are, anti-gay and anti a lot of things.
Hmm.
And he said tonight on the episode, I went to college and realized I wanted to be more open-minded. He literally said, I've grown up in Utah, a place that is all white and no diversity. And now I get to live with different cultures and different people and learn from them.
Right.
Now, I this is the point of Big Brother. If he is not giving lip service and he is being sincere here, which again, he's playing a game for money, so this is not the real world, and it would be hard for him to act in a certain way. I hope that's what comes out of it for him. I personally want to wait and see what happens.
And I think too, a lot of people in Utah, especially Mormons and stuff, liked Trump's platform and the stuff that he was, preaching and voted for him. So I could see why he maybe would like some stuff, maybe even accidentally. But I like that he opened up his mind and went to college. I think, he's adorable. And you're right. Let's continue to see what he does in the house, even though it's not reality. But,
Yeah.
we can't, it's too soon to make these judgments, I think, especially over old likes and old tweets and all that stuff. Like, it's just, no, it's too soon.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with holding them accountable for the things that they said in their old tweets. I think if you're gonna do that too, you also need to be open to the possibility for change. And
Mm-hmm.
You also need to check yourself and see where you fall.
Well,
All I
what-
see is a whole bunch of like scary white ladies calling the white kid racist, and it just gets to the point where like, are
Right.
you just trying to get attention now? Like, I
Right.
feel like you're just trying to get attention. It's been day 3 in the house, and I'm not seeing other people saying it.
Well, what shocked me too is that his parents were in his video. They are Mormon. He's technically not. I mean, he's not really like
Yeah.
a Mormon
No,
anymore.
he's
He
not.
should be.
He's
He
left.
should kind of be excommunicated, but he's not. And if the parents don't do that, aren't they supposed to be excommunicated? So I don't know what was going on. Like I was thinking of that because I was thinking like Housewives of Salt Lake City. What all I, that's where I learn things. And, I was thinking, how is all this happening? But then I was watching him dance and do the little twerk. So I thought he was adorable, but yeah, we don't know yet.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we need to give I think Daniel right now in the house is being a million times more problematic, if you want to say problematic based on people's skin color,
And Paloma.
than
Oh,
and Paloma than Kyle is. Yet, and I don't want to sit here and be the Kyle defender. It's very easy to just sit here and be like, I agree, everyone, let's go pick up the pitchforks. I'm just saying, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph.
we all know you're defending Kyle because you're attracted to him and that's your type.
I am definitely
Okay.
attracted to him, but but not if, he's a Trump-loving gun supporter. Then no. I'm just saying, I'm not seeing that. So far, I'm not seeing Trump-loving, gun-supporting, racist on this show or the live feeds. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he wasn't in the past, and I'm not saying we won't call him out for it if he does it. I'm just saying, haven't seen
Especially
it
well.
yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially well. Especially well. Apparently it has to... See, and here's the thing. I don't even want to bring it up, because apparently a lot of people are saying it has to do with the grandma, and oh, God.
And the religion, all of that just, ugh.
Right.
Ugh.
Right. It's all just not great. It's all just not great.
No.
It's not great. Sorry, Kyle, you're not great. And
Kyle's
yeah.
great. He's in a house of diversity. Let's see what he does. He went to
We
college.
don't give people chances. We can't. Here's what I think bothers me so much about it is when I see people going after these people, I literally just think there's no more hope in the world. Like, nobody ever wants to let anyone grow or change. You are one thing, you are canceled and will be destroyed for it for forever. You are given no opportunities to grow or change.
Comedic
You must
recap.
always be your
It's right
own
here. Yeah, comedic recaps.
I'm just saying, look, we've lost a lot of fans. And maybe it's because we're just too real. But that's just how I feel. I feel this is what's killing Big Brother, okay? And if we're going out, I just want you to know, stop it. And just before anybody tries to comment and be like, reality recap saying racism's okay. No, idiot. What I am saying is stop judging everyone 2 days into the show and harassing their families and their friends. Give them a hot goddamn second to actually do something that you can be upset about before you've labeled them racist murderers and everything
everybody's
else.
throwing that around too much. I think they're throwing
For
around
attention,
racism,
yes.
homophobic. Like
Yes.
the person that was emceeing the drag show today at the water park was
Wait,
there
you
was
went to a drag
drag
water park?
queens, there was drag kings, and she said if you're promoting if you're doing a drag show and you're not hiring drag kings, you're homophobic. And I'm thinking, no, you're not. Maybe the show just doesn't require a king. So I'm just thinking everybody's just throwing this shit around so loosely. It drives me absolutely nuts.
I'm just going to say this. I'm going to say this. I'm going to listen and respect all the people calling people out as long as I see just as much on their timelines that they are doing to support those things that they so much care to call out. Because you're just doing it for attention. Because you're just doing it because you want your likes and you're I'm just saying, some of the people. I'm sure a lot of people are doing it for the right reasons. The people I
Yeah.
see doing it, I don't see them doing anything else other than just throwing these like bombs around for attention and
Shit
likes.
bombs. Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to see them do charity work or,
Yeah.
some stuff to raise awareness in their actual areas that they claim to care so much about during a Big Brother season.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Preach,
it's
girl.
just
Preach, girl.
ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Preach.
It would be very easy to just get on every pitchforking bandwagon and roll with the crowd. It's not easy to say, maybe we need to give some people a chance, too.
We do. And we're giving Kyle a chance.
I didn't know I'm going that far, but
I am. I'm giving them all a chance right now, except for
I'll give him a chance until I hear him say a pro-gun, pro-Trump, or actively make a move which is discriminatory in the House. Then I will 100% call him out. But based on his, previous tweets and blah, 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 no. I'm just not.
previous tweets from years and years ago. Sure.
Yeah.
All right. We're moving on to his twin, Michael.
I mean, sure. What do you want to say about Michael? Because, here what do you want to say about Michael? I got things to say about Michael, and people aren't going to like this either. Okay, I'll go first. I think Michael is pandering to the fandom. I think Michael is... first of all, I love Michael. I think he's hot. He's funny. He's from Minnesota. My mom would want me to marry him. He's a lawyer. I love him. I love all of the things about Michael. Now, other things about Michael, he seems like someone who would listen to a 17-hour recap on someone's gameplay. He seems like a little game bot, and he's just going to follow his little game bot rules, and it doesn't work. It's not the reality of this show. It doesn't work. When people make up these rules and these things that they have to follow and these strategies that are given by people, all of that is specific to the season and the cast that person played. You have to adapt. Go ahead.
No, I think you're right in some degree. I think, Michael's gay, he's in Mensa, he's super smart, and you can totally see that. And he is a super fan. And you're right. He could sit there and listen to a 17-hour game strategy podcast. I believe that. And what I'm seeing from Michael is I'm not seeing all of the socialness. I think he has some social awkwardness that he's probably struggling with because he's not sinking in. Like when he was in the food pantry area and he was trying to talk to Daniel and said, oh, so like when are you like talking to people and stuff? Like that was awkward. It was weird. And Daniel, who is super social and maybe a little overconfident with his being social, like was rubbed the wrong way. You could see it. And then even later on in the HOH room, Michael did give him kind of a blasé type of, oh, I'll help you if you don't nominate me kind of boilerplate. I totally agreed with Daniel. And so I'm just like, Michael is a super fan, but he needs to kind of work on that to kind of stay in it because I don't know if he's meshing what I'm seeing a whole lot with everybody else, even though he's in an alliance, right?
I like him. I like him as a person. I don't think he's socially awkward. I think all really smart people are socially... I guess so I do think he's socially awkward. I just think he's very smart. But I just think he is the type of person who prepares so much for this game, like you said, has like watched the podcast, listened to the shows, studied everything, and he has forgotten, I think, about the human aspect of it, which then also when you go ahead and throw in lawyer and people from Minnesota...
Well, I think, you over prepare when you're a lawyer, right? But then you have the thing that you're, spilling out when you've got a case, you're representing a client. I think a lot of people who over prepare for Big Brother really forget that they need to improvise and maybe take an improv class on,
that's true.
and maybe do some improv exercises like and like when you're having a one-on-one conversation with someone in the big house, and instead of knocking things down or saying yes and, oh, I agree, yes, they are a threat, and then I go to someone else, almost like how Andy did it, but maybe a little smoother. Do you know what I mean? and
Yes.
use the strategy and all the knowledge you have, but also need to improvise and really connect with people because it's tough. And in that boilerplate
I
house,
yeah.
the slightest little mistake, just like with Daniel. Oh, I don't trust him. Oh, he's a super fan. Oh, it's like Michael didn't do any mistakes, but
Well, he did. He held the door, and that was what tipped off
I know
Daniel.
in the beginning, one little thing is
Yeah, but
a huge thing in this house.
and in his, here's where Michael, I don't want to say lost me, because maybe I'm just going to say I hate everyone, and that's going to be my thing, and I'm just going to hate and complain about everyone, because it does seem like I don't like these people, but I do like him. But in his interview, he was very much like, Janelle, Big Brother over the top, Julie Chen. But it was like he was just spitting out these things that he knows from his studying are things
Think
that
about
Twitter is going to love, the fandom's going to love. I got to get
Okay.
Janelle on my side so that she's tweeting about me. I'm going to mention BBOTT. Now I have Reddit. Now I have... Like, I just feel like he seems very calculated, and I want to see more of his humanity versus his roboticness.
Well, I want to see his calculatedness in the house.
Yeah. I mean,
Not
do that
on-
too. Be a villain.
Not
I'm here for
talking
that.
to the cameras and saying all this stuff.
Yeah.
Us out here and all the craziness in the Twitter world with Big Brother fans, they're gonna make up their own minds, and a lot of times it's
Wrong.
wrong and ugh. But I think he's gonna give Daniel a run for his money, and I want to see that.
Is he or is Matthew? I forget which one. I think it's him. I'm pretty sure it's him. Is he worked with McCrae? I believe. I'm pretty sure.
Michael?
Yeah, well, I mean, he's from Minnesota, so that would make the most sense. But then part of me wants to say that it was Matthew that did. But I believe he worked with McCrae, is what I was told at the premiere party.
Oh,
Well, I was told one of them worked with McCrae. Okay, it was Michael. It was Michael. I was correct. So he worked with McCrae, yeah.
because McCrae needed a lawyer.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
I love McCrae.
I was gonna say we love McCrae, and he'll
I've had
agree.
So much fun partying with McCrae.
We love McCrae, and he's probably needed a lawyer. But no,
I
don't think that's where.
No.
I don't think that's where. I think they worked together in a video store, maybe. I heard.
Oh, Debbie Dawn on YouTube is saying yes. McCrae worked with Michael, so they worked with each other.
Yeah, I would have liked to have worked with Michael. I feel like we need to get Michael's partner on here.
I think that yes, and we need to support Michael, especially everything that's going on so early.
Yeah, I know he's our gay. We have to support him.
We got to support our gays. Yeah.
I just need him to be a little less robotic.
Yeah.
A little less like 15% of the statistics say that if I walk this way and then I will have to do this and not talk to the other person because that's... Just shut up.
We could just have the Chin
God.
bot, Zing bot, and the Michael bot.
Just please just make some nice relationships. Like you did with our precious Taylor. I have to say, Taylor... I mean, this is not a hot take now forever, but, I've been saying it since the day the cast has been released. I think a lot of us have. Gotta love Taylor. Little bit or a lot of bit of a tragedy of what is happening in that house at the moment. That everyone seems to be going after our precious Taylor.
Is it everyone or just the girls?
Well, the girls, but the girls have, well... I mean, here's the thing. When we do these shows, John, are we saving spoilers, or are we just talking a talk?
Let's ask the viewers. I mean, should we be saying spoilers? Should we be saying them at the end? Or...
I mean, we'll say them at the end. Why don't we do it at the end?
Okay.
Because I have more to say about Taylor, but I guess we'll do it at the end. But I like Taylor. I think that she to me is everything that I want in a female player. Like, I love everything about her personality. Well, like, we get the girl players that go in there and pretend like they're girls, like a Paloma, and they're not.
But
Taylor is,
she's rallying the girls, though.
yeah, against another girl.
I know, which is horrible.
So you're not a good female player playing for the girls.
Well, I just think when they were all sitting there with their champagne and Taylor spoke and said she was a beauty queen, I think the way Taylor comes across and being so attractive really can rub other, people and females, I think especially Paloma, the wrong way, because how she mocked her in her DM. Oh, she's a pageant queen. I wouldn't have said that. Who cares if she said that? What does that have to do with anything? Like, she knows how to be fake. Paloma is just, well, we'll get to her later. But you know what? I think Taylor's getting a bad rap. I do like Taylor. Speaking of Housewives, I think she reminded me of the young one that was on last season of Orange County. A little bit,
Oh.
a little
Oh,
bit.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the way
Yep.
she talks, and the way she's very confident, and that's all the pageant stuff or whatever. But I do like Taylor, and so what if she's hanging out with the guys? Who cares? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I think what Paloma's done with the girls alliance is a little much, and I think that's gonna dissipate. And I think,
Of course it is.
and especially with her rambling her mouth to Daniel in the HOH room. You need to shut up. You're playing too fast, too early.
I mean, yeah, people, I can't. Daniel just, I think we know, obviously is the HOH. I think he's not being a great HOH. I tweeted Frenchie and said, you owe Daniel a thank you card. Because, whilst you, dear Frenchie, may have held several a house meeting, Daniel is causing just as much chaos, right off the bat, without all the house meetings. He seems like a moron.
Well, I mean, I didn't see a whole lot of house meetings. What I saw was in the episodes that he wasn't really talking to people. I think, Daniel made a mistake when he nominated them and said,
Who should he have?
some of you, like Terrence, never talked to me about game. Some of you didn't talk enough. And I thought, Michael's right. He did talk enough. Yeah, it was boilerplate, but it was enough. And I think it kind of exposed him like, oh, okay, you're coming after me. Terrence is the pawn. Just watch what I do. And of course, we're going to see what happens on Wednesday, what Michael does. So I think just being kind of stupid as a super fan, Daniel messing up that way, it's put a target on his back with Michael. And I would have done the same thing. I would be doing the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, he scooped up Nicole as his final, final two right away.
Yeah.
He on the live feeds was very much, she's my Casey Clark, as if he's, Tyler. Okay. Yeah, Daniel, he's weird. He says that he wants to go after super fans. He says that he doesn't want strong guys at the end. He's not afraid to take out guys. All this stuff. He put up, let's face it, Terrence, who's not going to win a damn thing. And then he put up Michael, which, I'm sorry, I think he looks at Michael and yes, I am sure that he is seeing a super fan, but I also think he is probably seeing someone that he thinks this is an easy person to get out. Because he wasn't pushing for Terrence to get out.
No,
he was pushing for Michael to get out.
Terrence was the pawn. He was right because, after, evictions happen and Terrence is still there, Terrence can always go. Yeah, you're right. We didn't talk game. Let's talk and let's get close. Do you know what I mean? Wipes all the blood off your hands. Where someone like Michael, who you literally just lied to the house and said, yeah, I haven't talked much game or hardly any game with you, both of you. And we know with Michael, it was a lie. So I think that's going to come back to hurt him. I think he's put a target on his back with Michael. And I think he's also playing a little too much. And that's what we see with these super fans, right? That we've seen in the past. They just start to play a little too hard in the beginning because I just think they're just so excited to be there.
Yeah, I mean, yes, definitely. I think the superfans play way too hard.
Too early on.
Terrence really wasn't talking a lot of game to anyone.
No, I mean, like we know, I saw the conversation with Jasmine at the table, and he's just like, "Nope, not really talking to anybody. I'm just gonna keep my cards to my chest." And I'm like, "Okay, this is not how you play Big Brother. Where did we find you? Were you like at a wedding or a bar mitzvah DJing, and then someone saw you? Like what?
Yeah,
Where did we get you at?"
where did we get you at? I love Sunrise Loves in the chat says all these people are problematic. None of them are perfect. They're all human people. It's life. They all possess good and bad qualities. Yep.
Of course, and they're just unfortunately all magnified in this house.
Right, because that's literally the point of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we kind of saw on tonight's episode, like you said, we had the Jasmine, we had the Paloma. They're, not necessarily fans of Taylor. They are getting in Daniel's ear about Taylor. They're whipping stuff up to the other girls about Taylor. Now, do you think that they actually have a problem with Taylor? Or do you think that this is
Both.
what we said would probably, and we hoped wouldn't, but this is what the what the cookout said would be the fallout for people playing in future seasons, meaning most people are going to watch back last season and watch what the cookout did. Now we have this new group of players coming in, these girls, and let's say some might, like a Paloma, might seem to be a girl with maybe not a ton of self-confidence. That's an easy thing for her to then say now of, okay, I don't want that happening, what happened last season, so we need to start getting these people out. And it could kind of be in Daniel Superfan's head as well.
Oh no, absolutely. I think I don't think it's in Daniel's head. I think, we even heard Paloma say it earlier tonight. Like she really wanted Taylor to be nominated, but the fact that it wasn't a girl, hey, it's even better. So I think she's threatened by Taylor, maybe as far as, I don't know, attractiveness, or maybe she wants to be the prettiest one in the house up to her, whatever she thinks that is. But then the fact that a girl wasn't was a good thing too. So I think that gave her a lot of information. Like Daniel's not really coming after girls like he said he wasn't going to. But you know what? If a girl has to go, it's going to be Taylor. And I think she's always going to be whispering Taylor's ear into the next HOH until that's done because but she really should keep Taylor around kind of as a shield too. So I don't know. It's kind of too early to really tell.
I see a lot of people in chat saying that they think it is personal when it comes to
Mhm.
Taylor, that it's jealousy, etc., etc. I'm curious from a psychological standpoint. I would like to know. Let us know in the comments below if you're watching this back in the future on YouTube. I really do read all those comments, and I would love to know, do you think that there will be fallout this season, or do you think that there will be people making moves against the people of color this season because of what they clearly were shown in their sequesters with the cookout? I don't know. It seems interesting the way this week is shaking out already.
I mean, yeah. I mean, for the all girl alliance too. I mean, it's not going to really be about color. It's going to be about sex. I don't know. So, gender.
I mean, look, if I was HOH, by the way, side note, because I still am live every day and we do talk live feeds every day. I said if I was HOH, you know how Daniel was like, I don't want to talk to anybody. Like, Joseph Joseph, who was the replacement for Marvin, who I thought was
Mm-hmm.
amazing. Preseason, we had Marvin. Marvin ended up being replaced by Joseph. We are assuming because Marvin did not disclose his America's Got Talent. Anyway,
He's still on the
Joseph.
show.
He's still on the show. Joseph took his place. Joseph ended up going up to talk to Daniel in the HOH room right after Daniel was saying, like, I don't want these big macho guys going far in this game. I'm going to put, a stop to that if I have to. And then poor Joseph just goes up into that HOH room to talk with his shirt off, all like and I was like, oh, you are gonna be going up, no questions asked. But that led me to think, God, if I was HOH, I would put the opposite rule. I'd be like, I'm not talking to you unless you're shirtless and a guy. Like, if I was HOH and you wanted to talk to me, you have to be shirtless while talking to me. If you really want to make a pitch, I would suggest maybe do it while oil wrestling another house guest.
No, it would be like if you were HOH, it'd be like this
Right.
is a white party all week long, and you
A
have to be
white
in
party?
a white party, and you have to be in your white underwear, shirtless, all
Oh.
week long, like a white party.
Is that
And
what white party means?
yes,
White party means you go in your underwear?
what in your white underwear, or yeah, you dress in white.
I don't think that's true.
It is in Palm Springs. Anyway, so and then to practice for like veto competitions, there would be oil wrestling, like
Right.
all that kind of stuff, right?
Okay, I got it. Okay. Well, this took a turn. Okay. Chad is filling me in on what white parties are. Okay.
Kyle Richards has white parties on Beverly Hills.
Yeah, no one's in their underwear.
I know, but with the gays, it's underwear. Come on. You've been out of that.
Oh, I've never been
distinction.
to a gay white party before.
Oh,
Now I think I want to have one.
you should. When you're HOH, that's what I'm saying.
When
Fun.
I'm HOH, okay, I will do it. Yeah. So I kind of want to talk about, what's been happening on the live feed. So I don't know if we're calling this spoilers, if we are not calling this spoilers.
Let's
obviously
call it spoilers. And if you don't want to know, take out your earbuds,
right,
mute your computer.
Because when the chance. Yeah, when the episode ended, we saw, a Terrence and a Michael being HOH, blah blah blah. Then over in real time, we saw Daniel basically tell Michael, yeah, I kind of think you're a weak player. Well, that was the wrong thing to say to Michael. But fortunately, it like woke the beast in Michael, and Michael realized, I need to stop laying low. I'm going to start playing this game now. I'm going to make you regret that you think I'm a weak player. Now I'm going to play circles. Like, he woke up Michael with that one comment. And what is even better than that is it led Michael to fall in with Taylor. And they had an amazing late night conversation where Taylor was really on board with saving Terrence. And now she has come around to Team Michael. She realizes he wants to play the game. He's going to be way more strategic. She knows she's not really she knows she would have to basically carry Terrence along. So now they're together, which the fans love. I love if they're going to be working together. Then Michael went and won that POV. He won that POV, gets to remove himself from the block, but guess what? There was too much Paloma and everyone else in Daniel's ear, so now Taylor is going to be on the block, or is on the block, tomorrow. She'll probably it's tomorrow. But it's looking like Taylor is going to be on the block.
No.
So that would be two people of color week 1.
Wow.
And then we had, those conversations today where Daniel's like, gee, is the camera on me? Is it? Okay. Gee, I certainly don't want to be known as someone to put two people of color on the block. That's not my intention. It's purely game. Yeah. This is why I'm saying he's so much worse to me than Kyle is. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Well, you know what? I mean, it shouldn't be about anything, about sex, about being macho, about color. Who is going to get you the farthest in this game? And if he doesn't think Taylor is, then she should be on the block. And if Terrence was there as a pawn originally, then that's just what happens. And if they both happen to be black, then they both happen to be black. Or if they were gay, or you know what I mean? Like we shouldn't really be looking at that just because we come off a fantastic season with the cookout. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it is what it is. And if that's best for his game, I don't think he's playing that great of a game right off the bat.
Daniel's playing a horrible game.
Yeah. And so it's going to come bite him in the butt. But unfortunately, Taylor or Terrence might be leaving if it's Taylor. So I don't know. To me, Paloma just doesn't seem that convincing. Like, she just seems like, God, if I tell her anything, she's just going to be rambling to everybody else. Like, that was my first thought when I saw her sitting there with Daniel. So I was like, oh, God, I need to get rid of her. Like, she's blaming all these people. And, Taylor, she's just out there and she's not a girl's girl. And so, us girls don't even. And she's just talking for everybody. And I'd be like, you know what? If this girl's talking like this to me, then she's talking about me like this to everybody else. That's what's going to happen. She needs to go. Big Mouth needs to go.
I mean, here, I get all the factors of it. I get where it's hard. I get where it can't be game because, like, I get that it's easy for us to say, let it be about game because we, can blend right into that game. A black person, a person of color, they can't blend or hide who they are into this game. So it is always going to be about game for them.
Yeah.
I totally, I 100% get that point. And I think that is, what sucks. And CBS has said we're going to cast half the cast as, diversely. Don't know if they succeeded in that this season. Whatever. So,
yeah, we need to talk to Asa and see what she thinks. Bring her on. You were just at her party, right?
I had a long talk with Azza at her party, and yes, Azza will definitely be on. Reminisced with Azza, had great chats with her and Hannah and Derek, and there's a lot of people there that were all great. But yeah, they're coming on.
Hey.
They're coming on. I mean, a lot of people are calling this season like, a BB21. I mean, Daniel literally made a reference to locking Taylor out of the HOH room and everyone hiding inside. You're in power, bro. And by the way, don't say that you're a super fan. Like, Jesus. There was a good 2 years that I had to hear about Nicole being locked out of that goddamn HOH room. Don't tell me you didn't hear about it. Super fan. And then you're gonna be on the live feeds being like, I'm doubling down on this. I want to lock someone out and make it be the person of color. I want Twitter to hate me. What are you doing, Daniel? Hi, Daniel. What are you doing, buddy?
That's what I mean. It's not good, and it's only the beginning.
I love how he's like, I love performing as Elvis. My favorite thing is when I get to hang out with the fans after. Oh, Daniel. It's not even been week 1, and you're going to hate fans real soon.
So is your family and your job and everything else.
You're not going to probably have one at this rate.
I think your Elvis impersonation license is going to go up quite a bit.
God, I cannot. He said if Taylor blows up, they can all go in the HOH, lock the door, and Taylor can have the house. Correct. Still locking Taylor out of the room. Ridiculous. And why is Taylor going to be the one to blow up again? You weren't worried about Michael blowing up?
Right. Is she angry black woman? Is that the microaggression we're throwing at her?
Clearly. Clearly. Daniel rubs...
And why is Jasmine going along with it?
I don't know. I don't know.
Is she just being insecure too?
Well, I mean, you did see her eyebrows, right?
Yes.
She clearly doesn't make good choices.
What was that like?
You saw her eyebrows. That's all I'm saying.
Isn't what Brandy Glanville would call lesbian eyebrows?
That is what Brandy Glanville would call lesbian eyebrows. But if I was also going to stereotype people, I would...
It's a cute picture, though. She was complaining that she didn't like how flat her hair was. I think her hair looks great.
I like her. I like her a lot. I do. I like her a lot. I like her a lot.
Me too.
I don't like how she's treating Taylor. I don't like that she's kind of trying to lead the girls, mean girls.
Is she the one leading, or is it Paloma?
I mean, it's Paloma, but she's right there with her.
Right.
I don't like that aspect of her personality. Like, it really obviously got to me tonight when she was talking about her dad and her dad being a fireman and how,
yes.
Like, all of that, really got to me.
No, again, and that was very sweet. But what I don't understand is why Jasmine is falling into Paloma's thing. If Paloma's whole thing is a little bit of jealousy, the pretty girl in the house, Paloma's single. Jasmine's married. Like, who? Why are you thinking about what other women look like? You have a spouse. You have a family. Like, what's going on? Play the game. You don't know what gifts Taylor has that she can give you throughout this game. You just got in the house. Like, enough. And woman of color to woman of color. Do you know what I mean? Supporting each other. Because I'd be helping out the gay. Come on, gay. Get over here in my bosom. Are you crying?
Unless it's the thing where, like minorities like to take down the worser of the minority to make their minorityism better. Ugh. By the way, thanks for reminding me. Other thing I don't like about Michael. He's a cat dad.
Did you hear
By
that?
the way, you don't need to tell anyone that you're engaged to a man, Michael, when in your bio you have cat dad. That screams I'm gay and engaged to a man. Cat dad. Okay.
So sweet.
So sweet that I just have to say it. So I don't have gaydar, okay? I don't have gaydar.
You're just attracted to everyone. All the men.
No, I'm saying I don't know when someone is gay, like how people say gay people have gaydar. I don't have that. I have rules. And I just have to say, one ex-Mormon really checks all my boxes. So,
Yeah, and who knows? I mean,
just waiting for you to figure it out, Kyle.
There could be, little bi, a little this, a little that in there, a little mixture. We don't know what's going on.
Yeah, we don't know. And it's his life.
Just
so he can
stir it around. Just stir it like cream in your coffee. Just
do whatever he wants. Do whatever he wants. Cats are the best.
They are. Rescue cats are the best.
Rescue cats are the best. I agree. Watching the feeds, Pooch has surprised me. He has surprised me as much as he has not surprised me. He very much is the bro dude, most likely to get a Chilltown together type of a player that I expected him to be. Mm-hmm. However, he also does seem more caring and understanding and like there's a possibility for him to break away from that, if that makes sense. So he is someone who has surprised me on the feeds.
And you're about Kyle, right?
No, I am talking about Pooch. Joe Pooch, our
Oh,
Staten
Pooch.
Island Joe.
Yes.
Eddie
Yes.
Munster.
Eddie Munster.
Yes, remember I sung the whole do 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 song for you.
Oh, I thought you were just tired of what he was saying, so you were trying to sing. What was that song? Was that from BB Canada? One of the players said they just put a song in their head.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, come on. You'll have to
I know our
relax.
Ozza song, Do What You Gotta Do. Do what you gotta do. I still sing it because we love Ozza. Yeah, Pooch to me is 100% Eddie Munster. Brittany, I think, is lucky that, she has the backstage, situation. And a lot
Right,
of
backstage
people are
pass.
backstage pass. A lot of people are saying that this backstage pass, this twist, is going to end up saving Taylor. Lord knows I sure hope so. Production has not interfered in this game in a really long time. I used to be a big proponent of saying I hate production manipulation. I want production to stop manipulating the game. I would now like production to start manipulating the game again, please. That's when Big Brother used to be fun and there wasn't just one steamroll all season
Yeah,
long.
because Paloma, Brittany, and Alyssa have the backstage passes, which means they cannot be a replacement. So, yeah.
Yeah, but there's also got to be a twist. Like, we know there's also a twist in the first four
Right.
weeks, and I think there could be something. A lot of people are speculating that there's going to be something that could save Taylor from nomination, or if she's nominated, that there's got to be something to save her.
Oh, absolutely. Or something like Paloma could lose, and then they have to just switch, and then, oh, Paloma can be the replacement.
Yeah. I really want Terrence to go. I hate to say it. Really, it has to do. It's for two big reasons. A, I don't really care to watch any player that doesn't kind of really want to play the game or has the tools to play the game. And yeah, Terrence just seems very like, whatever, I'm here, I'll do some. I don't know. I don't understand how he was cast personally. But aside from that, his name is also Terrence, and,
Yeah,
I already have one of those in my life, and I get
right?
confused. I get confused.
Well, like I said, I don't know if somebody was maybe he was the DJ for someone, producer of Big Brother, and was, at a wedding that they just happened to be at and go, oh my gosh, you'd be great. He also seems a little older than 47. Like
Oh, are you saying he lied about his age?
he just seems older.
Interesting. I agree. He seems
Mhm.
like a grandpa.
He just seems like he just I see him in a lazy boy, just wanting to relax.
He doesn't fit in is the thing. Like
He,
he
right,
doesn't fit in like he basically Jasmine nailed it tonight. She's like, get in there, show everyone that you want to
right.
be, that you can, and he's just kind of like, no, I don't
Um,
care.
I
I
found it.
don't want.
I found a seat. I found a seat
Get
already.
over here.
Uh,
No,
my foot's asleep. I'm just gonna wait here till it wakes up. Just keep my
just be
cards
over
close to my
here.
chest. Yeah, let's be here.
We've seen this game already. Donnie did it, and I didn't like that one either. Just saying.
But he seems
Um,
sweet though, and I bet he is just a fun DJ. I can definitely see him like at weddings
No,
and stuff.
I think yeah, in the real world, I'm sure he's a great,
Mhm.
amazing person, but on Big Brother, he is not meshing with the game, not even with people, just like
Right.
with the game. Like it doesn't seem like he wants to be there or wants to play, and we want to watch and talk about people that want to be there and want to play. So yeah.
Yeah. Very
Uh,
true.
Very true. So, tomorrow we have the POV ceremony, where we think most likely Taylor will be the one to.
With the two people with no real alliances or no alliances.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense too, right? So when we get back to, oh, he doesn't mean to nominate two people of color, but then you've got the two folks who happen to be people of color just aren't in any alliances. They're not meshing with anybody.
If I was a super fan and won the first HOH, I would literally pick the two whitest, strongest guys and put them up. And then if one of them came down, I would pick the next one in line. And then I would go, "You're welcome, Twitter. Now don't hate me." Now am I allowed to play the game?
And then all the people of color would form another cookout and get you.
And then I would be out. But I would be thrilled.
And they'd be like, "Thanks, Eric."
They'd be like, "Thank you, Eric. We love you." I he's the worst. I don't understand. If you are a super fan, you being a super fan and getting the first HOH is the best case scenario. The fact that he hasn't done this to build relationships with everyone, so you've already failed. You are given the best gift of, you have the ability to build a relationship with everyone. You've literally isolated people and are targeting people, and you're just a moron. You could be setting yourself up and making several alliances. Alliances that are formed on day one usually go all the way into the game. You're in the position of power to make that happen. You've wasted that shit. You've literally wasted every opportunity you've been given. It's just, he's so bad at this game. He's just so bad at this game.
It's so bad. And everyone in the Motley Crew, I mean, you've got Turner, who's in, the Motley Crew, the Burn, the Touch finale with Pooch. Like, he's in the most alliances. Like, that's super smart right now to get into the whole mix of stuff, where you've got Daniel, who's got a final two with Nicole and is in the Oasis Alliance. And you know what? Is probably at the bottom of it, too, because if any of those 5 guys had to vote for him, he wouldn't be that,
First
he'd be in
of all,
trouble.
I'm annoyed that Matthew Turner and Pooch formed an alliance and they called it Tooch. This is how we know we're too old watching this game. To call it Turner and Pooch isn't even on their radar.
Like, they haven't even gotten to that part of YouTube yet. Do you know what I mean? Like,
oh, I know.
Of all the streaming that these young kids are doing these days.
They don't know about the Turner and the Hooch. It's fine. I don't see Daniel making it out of this week well. Daniel, congratulations. You got an alliance with Nicole. You should be super proud of yourself. I'm sure that's going to take you real far into the game. Yeah, you kind of got one.
Yeah, and you know who else isn't in the Girls Alliance? The Girls is Nicole. Taylor and Nicole are not in the Girls.
I mean, I know that he has the Motley Crew with the guys, but still, I think some of those guys are going to be real quick to turn on.
But Nicole has one final two, and that's really it. I mean, if you really think about it, she's also needs to start getting into the mix. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, I know what you mean, but
as
will
not
she?
Just a
I doubt it.
person of color, but an LGBTQIA. Come on, you're a private chef. Come on. You were a police officer. Well, maybe that's the problem.
I think he's well.
Big social people.
I think he's gone pre-jury. I personally think Daniel is not making it to jury. I think he has done an abysmal job so far, and if he, I don't know. See, I want to say if he nominates Taylor tomorrow, this is the nail in his coffin. But it's not going to be the nail in his coffin if she really is who the whole house wants. Which, then goes into, of course people are going to be anti-Taylor if they see and know that the whole house is not wanting Taylor. Then obviously they're going along with that to preserve their own games. So,
well, I think for two people that aren't really in that much any alliances, I think right now they don't care. It's like, sure. I mean, I don't know what she or he could do for my game. So yeah, I think that's a great nominee. Do you know what I mean? And everybody can just kind of vote them out, and it's easy.
Yeah, well, we will see what happens as the week
We
goes
will.
on. John and I will be here every single night after the episodes for all of you. We will have our act together for reels on. I think we did really good for our first show.
We did.
Um,
We stayed out longer too, right? So just
Yay! Well, I mean, I just wanted this first show to be our, thoughts on the cast. Really, not a lot has happened in the house. There's only been a
right.
few days of gameplay, and there's not really a lot to speculate and dwell on. We like to, despite, the topics of this show today, like to keep these shows just more conversational and fun and comedic. And we have to go back to doing our impressions, unlike Monty.
I could have been a contender.
No, we have to do our impressions of the house guests,
Oh.
which is why I'm working on my I'm gonna be Jasmine, and I am not feeling well. I
Okay.
can't talk like Jasmine, but it's kinda like Frenchy, but slower with different L's.
Oh, I gotta
Can't
figure
do
out
it.
which one I want to do it. I want to want.
To figure out who you want.
I will. Oh, I'll do it. I'll have a few.
Do you want to see my
Challenge
impression?
accepted.
Okay, forget it. You want to see my impression of Brittany?
Yes, always.
Hi. 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 Hi guys, it's Brittany.
Is that how she talks to the camera?
She did on her preseason interview. Like on the preseason interviews, like everybody was like back here talking, and then every time it would cut to her answer, she would be like, "Yeah, so I really think that this season's gonna be crazy." And then again, you know who she, whatever, doesn't even matter. She doesn't have good takes on people. Is all I'm saying. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
That's all I got too. I'm done. I'm donesies. I'm deflated. I'm
Oh,
donesies. I got everything out.
I'm glad that you had nice time at the gay pool. Thank you for remembering that we had a show. You'll be back on Wednesdays and Thursdays. I will, I'm going to be doing a live feed update show. You all seem to be wanting the daily live feed update shows, so I feel like I owe that to all of you to, bring those back. Where we will take our tweets from our live feed updaters. I will be playing clips on the live feed update shows based on what's happening. It'll be more about like you guys and all of us. And I think we're going to do them in the afternoons.
And I think I should bring back my cooking show that I do in the patron group
Oh,
on
they would love that.
via Facebook. I'm trying out more meal kits, so I have free weeks to other kits. So if that's interesting to you, they will be there. But if you miss it, it will be there for you to watch later if you are your Reality Recaps patron. So, and that's fun. We talk about Big Brother and anything else that you want as we cook something semi-healthy but delicious, and we have fun.
And you know what's super exciting? The website is almost back up online and running this season. All of our content will be back on the website for the first time in many a season. I also want to say that we have the trash draft open, yourrealityrecaps.com/BB24 trash draft. You can pick whoever you think is going to be the trashiest players of the season to rack up your points and get bragging rights. And of course, we have our live feed updaters at BB24 Live Feeders, right?
Yeah.
I will have that and all that information for you guys on tomorrow's show.
Awesome.
It was so good catching up with you, John. You need to hurry up and go fill out your trash draft picks. It's only open for a few more days. And that's all, everybody. We hope that all of you have a wonderful rest of your evening. I'll see you guys tomorrow for a live feed update show. And John will be back here on Wednesday. Bye for now, everybody. My friend.